Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to Fuck Your Sign. It's a lovely Sunday today, celebrating Mr. Brent Goodman's 22nd birthday.
Yes. Golden birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Only comes around once in a lifetime.
Yep.
How do we feel? How are we feeling entering Libra season soon?
I feel good. I feel like Virgo season was really beneficial for me, and I really hope that energy is just like continued into Libra season. But honestly, I don't know too much about astrology. Like, I dabble in it. I produce a podcast about it. So, but like really, I don't know too much about it. But yeah, that's why this is kind of an experimental thing for the podcast, to learn about it. And like Mila's really passionate about it, and so are you. So kind of wanted to just combine, something for a cool podcast. So
100%. Yeah. And what better way to talk about astrology than on your literal birthday?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to talk about it though, because I think I have an interesting birthday. So
Yeah, 100%.
You definitely do.
Virgo Libra cusp is like one of my favorites because personally Virgo is my favorite earth sign. And or I mean, like, I don't know about objectively, but I just like I have a lot of Virgo friends, and then like Libra is my sister sign, so I find a lot of like similarities with them and stuff. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's like a really good cusp that is good at staying in its own lane and just kind of being a chill person.
It's probably like the most healthy cusp of
Mm-hmm.
them, because other ones like a Cancer Leo or a Gemini Cancer.
Yeah.
That's like.
Yeah, it's more, I feel like the energy of Virgo and Libra blends together better than a lot of other cusps,
Yeah.
for sure.
do you think they're the most like similar signs?
Let me think. You mean like of any of the cusps?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
I feel like they're compatible though.
Yeah.
Like Libra's not too problematic, and Virgo is
Mm-hmm.
not very problematic either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virgos are really good at like minding their business most of the time. Libras are very good with the flow, very like chill and like
Yeah.
mind their business, fun vibes.
I feel like what I do know about Virgo is like Virgos are pretty sensitive, and Libras are very like they're like go-getters, and like they're kind of like, I don't know, more like independent, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I really know about.
I think like Virgos are pretty independent too, just because they're so
agree.
organized and so like grounded and like good at routines and stuff. Whereas Libras are a little bit more kind of like, they are also go-getters and like have a lot of like energy and stuff, but they're more like kind of like go with the flow, not as much structure.
And I feel like they do have a harder time making decisions because they have such a logical way about going about things that Virgo kind of, it makes you stay organized and in your lane and stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like, I don't know, when I do read like horoscopes or like someone sends me memes and stuff, I do feel like this is just like, I mean, memes aren't really the most like accurate. So like maybe it's hard to tell, but like I do feel like I fall more on like the Virgo side more than like the Libra side. But I guess I'll find out definitively on this podcast.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
do have your chart, so we're ready to spill all the tea and
Yeah.
dive deep into what's going on.
Spread this stardust.
Oh my God, literally.
Well, cool. If you want to talk about that, we were just talking about how your sun sign is set in Virgo, and that's ruled by the planet Mercury. You're an Earth sign.
Okay. What does that mean?
It grounds you, like we were talking
Okay.
about.
Earth signs are very about like stability, being grounded. I'd say out of any sign, they're the most diligent when it comes to like work, especially Capricorns, but Virgos too. Earth signs are also known for not being very in touch with their emotions because they're so grounded. They kind of don't like blend that well with that side of them. But
Yeah.
Earth signs are more compatible with water signs, which are like the most emotional.
Yeah.
So you're still like capable. It's just kind of like about opening up, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my emotions surprise me most of the time.
Okay.
And like
Maybe
yeah.
that's why you think you're so emotional then, is like
Maybe.
you're not quite expecting it.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Well, you also have a few water placements.
You do.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. What sign are you? Are you a fire sign?
Yes.
Okay.
We're both fire signs.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Which the fire and earth signs go more together than fire and water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like I would say like fire signs are definitely a lot more like go on the spot and kind of like not as much structure.
Impulsive.
Very impulsive. Yeah, but fire and earth signs, I think two things they really share would definitely be being independent and being like go-getters in terms of like, I don't know, your career or like hobbies or like starting things, like both very
They take on like leadership roles.
very much that. Also, they're both really stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, you're looking. Mila's giving me a look.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, also, I guess we haven't addressed this in the podcast, but Mila's actually my girlfriend. We've been dating for over 5 years, or almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
So yeah, that's why she's like giving me a look sometimes.
I know you.
Yeah, I already know this about you. So
That's so funny.
yeah.
Yeah. And then your moon sign. Your moon sign is Gemini, which is
Okay.
also ruled by the planet Mercury, which deals like a lot with communication and thinking. So that definitely, at least to me, that makes me feel like you're definitely like big on communication. Like you're probably really like an honest person, like straight up about how you feel about things. I don't know. How do you?
Yeah,
see
I would
that?
agree. And that's also because it's your moon sign. That's kind of more how you are inwardly, like towards yourself. And so I think it's plays into your emotions, how you were saying that kind of catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Geminis tend to be kind of not okay. I'm not going to use the two-faced stereotype there, but I think in the fact for your emotions and stuff, does kind of come into play.
Yeah, like I feel like Gemini moon means like your emotions tend to swing like one way or another, like in kind of like not necessarily opposite directions, but it's just two very distinct directions, and like
Yeah.
it can kind of switch on a dime, if that makes sense. You know?
I think a good like imagery for it is because, okay, like the moon kind of rules like the ocean and the tides and things.
Okay.
And so your Gemini being in moon,
Yeah.
it kind of matches up in that way where you can be, I don't know, this is a weird analogy, but low tide or high tide kind of situation.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of switch up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's also an air sign. So that's like not like how we were talking about the fire sign and the earth signs being compatible. The air sign isn't really on your spectrum there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because like having your sun in an earth sign and then your moon in an air sign is like conflicting energy. Not necessarily it has to be in a bad way. It's just like two different, you know, like your like sun sign is telling you to kind of like be grounded, logical and whatever, but then and calm for sure. But then your moon is in Gemini, which is gonna it's just gonna evoke like a lot more energy in you and like socializing and like conversation and stuff like that. So yeah.
Pretty sure Virgo and Gemini are one of the pairings that are least compatible.
Okay.
And so, right?
What do you mean?
Like incompatibility wise, like in relationships or friendships or anything.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure they're pretty opposites.
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, like not only are like earth and air just in general is not going to be the best, but like Geminis are really, really outgoing, like talkative, social, out there, like the life of the party, like comedians, blah, 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 whatever. And then Virgos tend to be like more just like kind of like, I mean, like I don't want to say boring, but like boring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like Virgos.
They're kind of basic.
Yeah, just kind of
Yeah.
like, you know, they get all their shit done. They're
They're the
super
mom
diligent.
friend.
They're super grounded. They have all their shit together.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't have any other elements in your chart, you might be a little bit low energy or a little bit kind of whatever.
That's interesting because like I feel like I feel like I love being at parties and like talking to people.
You definitely do.
Yeah, like that's when I like come out. Like,
And that's definitely also because your rising sign is Libra.
Yes.
And like Libras are, I would argue, like even more social than Geminis because
Okay.
Libra is all
Yeah.
about like being like really nice and like funny, energetic, really flirty, just kind of like very like kind energy. Yeah. And like since your rising sign is how you kind of come off to people in like,
Okay.
like when you first meet them or like as a first impression, it like makes a lot of sense like why you would be so engaging and stuff like at parties.
Yeah.
And like that is also an air sign, so paired with the Gemini moon is gonna like give you a little bit more of like a social, you know, side of you, and some like you're really talkative and like you like to like make friends and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I think it's actually a really nicely balanced chart that you have these signs that push you out of your comfort zone and make you social, and then a sign that can ground you and make you more logical and like goal oriented.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about my Earth sign and like it being more like leadership roles and like, I mean, and like kind of a more like self-starter. Like I really don't like working for other people or like,
Yeah.
and like as much as I hate to say, like I hate people telling me what to do. Like it's like one of my like it's a trait that like I know is like negative, and like I really wish I could like change it about myself, but like it's just one of those things that like it's really hard, and I feel like it's really like ingrained in me, and it's not something I'm like proud of at all. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I'd rather just like do it myself and like figure it out. I don't want anyone like helping me.
Yeah.
Like I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Earth signs are super independent, especially Virgos and Capricorns, in my opinion. Like, and Virgos are also huge perfectionists.
Yeah.
So like when that's like I feel like kind of plays into the whole like, oh, don't tell me what to do. Like I know how to do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you have a very meticulous, like detail oriented way of going about things.
Especially like in your work and your creative work with the podcasts and producing, you're definitely, you've gotten better since I've known you for sure. A lot less perfectionist with the products that you produce.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that I still see you struggle with. But also I think it's positive because it makes you proud of your work and make sure it's what you want it to be.
And I feel like as long as you acknowledge like the perfectionist tendencies and you know how to navigate them, you're still going to produce really, really good quality content because you're so detail oriented and you look at things like as kind of like project based, like how you want them to lay out and stuff. So I think it is really good to have that kind of characteristic in you. Like I don't have any Virgo placements besides my North Node, which is kind of like what your North Node is like what you're supposed to aspire to be. And like, I can feel like my perfectionist tendencies coming out and whatever sometimes. So it's like, I can relate.
Okay. What's my North Node?
Oh, I'm not sure.
We should find it. I love nodes. It probably won't be
I don't think it'll be in this
there.
chart.
Why don't I put the information in
Yeah, that sounds good.
in my website?
But
It's probably gonna be I think it's probably gonna be Leo.
Okay.
Maybe we'll see.
that'd be interesting
Yeah.
because that's my sign.
Yeah.
On the topic of Virgo, I think it's interesting that we share a couple of signs, you and I. My moon is in Virgo.
Okay.
Also your Venus.
My Venus is in Virgo. That's right.
And then your Gemini rising, and he's Gemini moon.
And so I think it's interesting compatibility wise to see how similar but also different we are with our signs. Like for the placements that they're in, it makes us different but similar. I think it's interesting. I don't want to give away too much because
we're gonna do a whole episode on you guys.
Literally.
But like I feel like even from a very young age, like I wanted to be an adult so I could do things, and so I like didn't have to rely on other people and like rely on like I don't know, like I just wanted to like start doing things and like.
But I still think you're a very collaborative person.
I think so, yeah. I think communication is. Oh, we just had a light go out, but that's okay. The battery just died. I think maybe my communication, like in my not my personal relationships. I feel like when it comes to like my personal relationships, like I'm pretty good. Like I don't really have a lot of beef with a lot of people, or like I like.
And you
butt
like
heads.
to resolve that whatever conflict there is.
Yeah, like immediately. Because I don't like hurting anyone or upsetting anyone.
Yeah, which I do think is interesting because Libras are very non-confrontational, but you do go out of your way to confront a situation that is negatively impacting your social life.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah, I think that's really true for myself. Like I'd rather, and like it's not a comfortable thing for me to confront someone. It really takes a lot of energy out of me, and like something that like is really hard for me to do. But like those personal relationships mean so much to me that like I want to resolve it as quickly as possible, and like to make it clear that like there's no foul like
no
intent.
beef.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
I feel that. Yeah. Well, I plugged in your info to this website to look at your chart, and your true not true node. Your north node is also in Virgo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because nodes, it's like a pretty long period of time. It's like a certain amount of months. I don't know how many. But I mean, we're only born like 6-ish months apart. But yeah, so that kind of means like essentially your south node is supposed to represent like characteristics and qualities that you take from a past life into this one, and that ones that already come natural to you.
Okay.
And then your north node is supposed to represent like what you need to achieve in this life, what you need to aspire to be more like in order to unlock kind of your potential, I guess, or just be like your best self. And you have Pisces south node and Virgo north node, which is what I have too. So that means like
Interesting.
naturally some things that might come to you, not like, I don't know, just like as your personality might be like Pisces oriented. So kind of like artsy, maybe like sensitive a little bit. Not like kind of emotional.
A little.
Yeah, not as much as like a Cancer, but
No.
like Pisces are definitely like emotional. And then in this life, you're supposed to work on being more like a Virgo, which you already are. So I feel like that's already like a little bit of a plus, like having your like sun sign the same as your north node. And that is meaning like you need to be really like organized and diligent and like detail oriented and like grounded in order to kind of be your best self. So
I think it's interesting though that you've pursued that with creative intent. Like your Virgo responsibility is with what you might get from a Pisces with the creative ability and stuff like that.
I do feel like film and the stuff that I'm doing right now is like producing, like, I mean, obviously it's really like leadership oriented. And I think like film and media in general is probably the most like leadership intensive like art form that you could kind of take on. And I think that really makes sense for my sign, based on what you guys have said. But I feel like honestly I'm missing the organizational like part of Virgo. Like it's really,
I agree.
It's really missing. Like
really,
I can come up with all these ideas and really like want to do them and like really push to do them, but like I'm not organized. Like
really,
I don't know why, because one, you come from a household that's pretty organized.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you want to rebel from that. But
But I see other people who are organized, and like I don't understand how to like achieve that.
Maybe that's why you like me.
Probably.
I think maybe it's because it's like, even though you are a Virgo and you also have Virgo Mercury, but since your north node is Virgo, that might mean that that's something that doesn't come as naturally to you, and that is something that you need to put in effort towards. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm not organized by any means. I'm all over the place. So it's like, and like Virgo is also my north node, and like I'm not grounded or logical either. So it's like, you know, you kind of have to like think about the traits that it might point you towards, even though you are like a Virgo sun.
Yeah. I mean, of course you can't have like every so-called trait that a Virgo would have.
Sure.
So maybe that's what that North Node is for, is you're aspiring to be more organized and
Yeah.
that aspect of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing that like is probably the most difficult when I do pursue like creative projects, is like you have to be organized in order to like put something forward. And like I could want to do something all day and really believe that like I can do it, and I like it's a good idea or a good project, but if I don't have like the foundation for it, like it all falls apart. So
I will say your time management, which is also kind of an aspect of organization, is great. You've got great time management, and with 2 signs that are so stereotypically not with
Really?
your Geminis.
why do you
I
think
don't
I
know.
have good time management though? I don't
Like-
think I do.
I think you do, at least better than me. But
I think maybe I'm more aware of time, and maybe I like, I don't know, maybe I goof off a little bit, but like, I feel like when I'm doing stuff, or the timing of how I pursue things in my life, and like maybe is that what you mean by like time management? Like,
yeah, or when you're pursuing a project, I think you make time for certain things, and you have a good way of prioritizing things.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much physical organization,
Right.
but of,
I think day-to-day time
Mental.
management, I don't think I have good time management.
I mean, you like to sleep in, so.
I do like to sleep. I am pretty punctual when getting to places, and like it stresses me out if I'm not punctual. But I think that was just something that was instilled like in me from like a very young age. So I don't know. Yeah, but day-to-day time management, I don't think I have very good time management, but I do set goals for myself, and like I have a pretty good idea of when I want something to be completed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say Virgos are pretty goal oriented.
Yeah.
I maybe just procrastinate a little too much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's probably like
That's
your
those airy
Gemini,
signs.
Libra. Yeah. Because like air signs are kind of more like not all the time, obviously, but like air signs have a tendency to be more like maybe like flaky or kind of like not as structured. Because I mean, think about it. It's like the opposite of Earth.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be naturally having those traits if you're like very air heavy. But you do have your Virgo sun and Mercury to ground you. So it's like good balance, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's room for you to like have some introspective analyzing and look at what you do and don't have, and maybe things that you can grow on. So I think it's all pretty laid out for you nicely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really like I can control it, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, I mean, in the rest of your chart, what do you have? You have, Virgo, Mercury again. That's a pretty good placement, in my opinion, like because Mercury rules Virgo. Oh, also rules Gemini. But that kind of just means that like when a planet rules a sign, it doesn't mean that it has like a special whatever power over it or anything. It just kind of means like that sign is very associated with the energy of that planet, and like vice versa. And like Mercury is all about communication and thinking, which is very associated with Gemini and Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is more about like communicating, in my opinion. Virgo is more about thinking, kind of like the internal dialect, if that makes sense. I don't know. But
Yeah.
so that kind of helps you, attain like a little bit more of the grounding and like the logical, detail-oriented style of thinking.
yeah.
But then you have Venus and Mars in Scorpio, which is like completely like what is going on? Like it's like such a different energy, because like Scorpio energy is very like dark, very intense. Not necessarily in a bad way, just very like
It's intense. It's passionate.
It's very passionate, very dark, in kind of like a mysterious way. Very jealous, but also very emotional, but kind of more like.
Think Drake.
Okay. I think I am a pretty like jealous person in some ways. Like,
You're a very passionate person.
yeah, I think that like I think anyone who meets me knows like right off the bat, like I'm a passionate person, and like that just like
100%.
flows like from me. But I think I don't know, the darkness. I don't know, like okay.
It
I do
doesn't-
feel like
Not
I'm
so much like dark.
Yeah, not so much like dark, like evil vibes or whatever, but just like kind of like Scorpios tend to be a bit more edgy or a bit more like you know what like there's like the people who are like, I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest. Like that's Scorpio vibes 100%.
Okay.
That's me. Just want to put that out there.
But you have it in Venus and Mars, which like aren't as core to you as like your sun or your moon or like even Mercury. Yeah. So it's obviously not.
I do drive a little too fast. I think that's I think that's
your
edginess.
dangerous side.
Scorpios have road rage for sure.
Do they?
I don't know. I feel like
okay.
Aries
I feel like they
definitely
would.
have road rage,
Okay.
but Scorpios are very similar to like Aries. I feel like Scorpios are the fire sign of the water signs.
Okay.
Because they get the most
Yes.
worked up, the most like intense, and like you know what I mean.
If something upsets me, like it upsets me.
Oh, it's over.
Like like my chest starts thumping. It's just like
yeah.
Like I had a client who didn't want to pay me, even though like it was. Yeah, even though I had already filmed, I had already done everything. They just didn't really like the way it turned out, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you still pay me for my work, like,
and your
regardless.
time,
Yeah,
like,
and they were gonna pay me nothing. And like, I don't think I've ever been more mad like in my life. And like, it was something that like I had to restrain myself. Like, nothing.
God.
Like I would never hurt anyone. I would never like you know like be upset. But like, I was just so upset that like it was hard for me to like not just like come unglued and like and like it was very emotional too. Like yeah.
Scorpios are also like kind of sad boys. I feel like they don't want to show it. Like they're very I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because both of our Mars are in Scorpio, our Scorpio and Mars. And so I totally understand that. I was in that situation, not as much as you, of course, but the rage that comes from that.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that that is something we share. Don't know what it means.
I do
but
feel like I feel like that's a really weird thing to share though. I think it's funny.
when we get mad at each other.
Oh.
No, well, I was just gonna say because Scorpio. Okay, so you know how I said like Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini as signs.
Yeah.
So in modern astrology, Pluto is what rules Scorpio, but in traditional astrology,
It's
Mars rules Scorpio
Yeah.
along with Aries, and Mars is the god of war. So it's
Exactly.
like it's that's why like I always draw a lot of similarities between Aries and Scorpio because they're both very intense. Like they're a lot like whatever. So like having your Mars in Scorpio, it means like
You're super fucking mean.
yeah, like you might be mean. Like Mars is all about aggression, asserting yourself, whatever. So like you might be like really just like blunt and like whatever, like you don't give a fuck, or like when you're really pissed.
I don't think you're that mean.
I don't think I'm mean.
I don't think you get there.
I do think sometimes like and like this has been a complaint from other people that like I'll joke and like maybe there's like some truth in my joke, but like if I'm joking about it, like I'm not serious, and like maybe I'm just like trying to point it out and like put it in the air. Like
Also, you can like joke with friends and like roast them a little bit in the joke, and it's still still funny or like a joke.
But I think some people take it as that I'm very serious and like I don't know.
I think that's something that Scorpios can come off as too. Is
super serious.
very serious.
Yeah.
Very, I wouldn't say straightforward, but elusive.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like I think when we get mad at each other and like it's always resolved in like very very quickly, but like I feel like we like I don't know, like we one up each it's like we one up each other like and like I always get surprised when you like I don't know are like kind of mean to me in like a way where it's like we're arguing and like you just like say something and I'm just like, oh, okay, like that's like I didn't know.
Card.
Yeah, like I didn't know you could go there.
Oh
like,
my god, the drama of it all.
Yeah.
I love
like,
that.
Yeah, it's nothing that's ever like hurt our relationship. I think it's more just like in the moment, and it's very like momentary, like a like little tiny battle, and like after that, like
it's like a little mini war.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, it's a bit of our compatibility.
Bit of a window
there.
into our relationship.
Oh wow, that's so funny to me.
And I do think we both have road rage. Like you'll be driving and you'll yell at someone, and then I'll be in the passenger seat.
You're
like,
right
honk
there.
at them.
Yeah, you're right there with me. You're like, dude.
You know, like just swerve, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting because at least with all of your like personal planets, you don't really have any fire signs, so you're not as like crazy on the spot, energetic or like impulsive, if that makes sense. Even though like definitely like the Gemini and the Libra bring out the energy in you.
Okay.
It's just
a
not
different energy.
it's more of like a kind of, I don't know, like air sign energy is very like,
I mean, I feel like it's lighter.
it's lighter, it's more creative, it's more kind of lighthearted.
Yeah.
Whereas fire sign energy is more just like energy, like
It's
I
very
just
intense.
talking
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
a lot, but
Hence
yeah.
why Steph and I host this podcast.
Literally, because we're both psycho fire signs. I can't. God, it's a lot to deal with, but it's fine. We're making it through.
We got it.
Oh God, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I do think my energy just like comes out of nowhere sometimes. Like I'll surprise myself with like, I don't know, like I'll just like talk to someone or like I'll like, I don't know. I feel like I'm impulsive in the way that like if energy needs to like come out from me, like I'm very willing to just like bring it out and like, but like I feel like it's very rare when that happens. So like, I don't know, like I don't get to use it like on a daily basis or like very often.
Right.
So like when I do, it's like I kind of forget that like, oh, I have this kind of like thing that like comes
Right.
out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, maybe that's like, I don't know, like, yeah, like I feel like a lot of myself, like I just like surprise myself. Like it's just, yeah, interesting.
I could definitely see that, like especially with the Scorpio in you, because it's like
That's what I was like
mm-hmm.
tying into.
Because it's like air and fire signs both are kind of just like, I'm sorry, not air. Air and earth signs, like your Libra, Gemini, and your Virgo is kind of like mostly the core of you. But then like you have these two Scorpio placements that probably just kind of like
It's
come
such
out of
an intense
nowhere.
thing
Yeah,
that
exactly. Like
when
they're
it-
just like, hey, like
Yeah.
I'm here to like ruin things.
The little devil on your
I'm
shoulder.
kidding. Yeah, literally though. Yeah, it's so funny. So it's like that side of you that isn't as prominent, but it shows up, and like when it does, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause,
it's
like, when
very
it-
obvious.
Yeah, and like I feel like when I know it's like coming or like it's like there, like I really try to like push it and like push it forward and like bring that energy like to the forefront.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why you've been wanting to do more entertaining lately. Like for your birthday, you were wanting to go and do some stand up.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there wasn't anyone that was hosting tonight.
Right.
But I think that is also an interesting aspect of your social life, is wanting to be behind the camera and also in front of it.
Yeah.
Because throughout high school, you did backstage work.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still very much someone that likes to perform.
Yeah. And I don't think I like to, I don't know. I don't really like, acting never really made sense to me.
Right. Not acting.
Yeah.
But for your friends and your close knit
Yeah.
people, you're very much a performer.
That's the
Yeah.
Libra for sure.
Yeah.
That's like, it definitely is fueled by the Gemini moon, but like that's 100% Libra rising. And then your Virgo is more like what wants to be behind the camera, like getting the work done,
Yeah.
like creating, like,
Yeah.
you know, seeing like results, like details and stuff.
And see, like, we kind of have that flipped. My son is like, be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And then my moon,
Mm-hmm.
Virgo, I really like to be lazy
Okay.
and be doing my own work sometimes.
Gotcha. Yeah. I do feel like I feel like I try to take on things and like start things because like I really want to like perform in a way where it's like I want others around me to have fun and like really enjoy themselves and like be happy that we like shared this experience or like that I brought something like to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a very Libra thing, I feel like.
Yeah. Like I just want people to like, I don't know.
Like you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exposed.
Yeah. I do want people to like me, and like that whole Michael Scott thing where it's like, I don't need people to like me. Like,
Yeah.
I like that's one thing where I'm just like, man, like, I wish I didn't have that in me, but like
I'm the same.
I do really want to be liked.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's a problem. We're working on
I
it.
don't think it's a problem, but if not
I don't. Okay.
noticed or controlled, it can like rule your entire social life
Yeah.
and how you communicate with people.
I think okay. I think the older I've gotten, the less I feel like I've needed to be liked, and the more that I've wanted to be liked, if that makes sense.
Okay, interesting. So it's more just kind of like a preference rather than something that you like would die for or something.
Yeah, exactly. I do feel like my default, like to most people, is that like they do like me, and I'm like more of a like social person in that way, where it's like, you know, we have good conversations, and like they like I'm a very honest person when it comes to like my life and what I like, and like I do genuinely like want to know more about like people and like what their likes and dislikes are.
Yeah, and that's that Libra rising being your self that you present to people in like a first impression situation.
Yeah, because like,
Sorry, I was just gonna say really quick, like in your work at Apple Retail, that's a side of that they see of you that makes it really easy for you to do that job.
Yeah, because like I was gonna say when I first met you when we were coworkers, like you were. I mean, I don't know. The vibe of the store was like whatever. It was like good in general, but like you were like one of the only people there who was like literally the same age as me. Like you were just like cool, like minded your business, like just very like chill, like grounded and chill and kind of just like nice. Whereas, you know what I mean?
I'm not the type of person that like will go up to someone, hey, we're gonna be like best friends like, right away. Like we're like. I can't wait to be like your best friend. Like, this is gonna be amazing. Like it's
like
very
Leo vibes.
Like it's something that like gets like worked up to, and like I try to like gauge myself and like, you know,
100%.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't come on very strong. I think.
Yeah, that's more fire.
But as soon as you know me, I'm like as soon as we're friends, like you see like 100% of myself. So
yeah. That's interesting because in our relationship when we first started dating, I was such the initiator with everything.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you definitely led like a lot of things, but my teenage girl self was very much in my Leo mode and was like, I'm gonna get me a boyfriend. It's so cute. And I made you a mixtape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Burned me a CD.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was really funny. And like, I don't know, like I feel like that was interesting to me, like when we first started dating, because like usually I'm the person that like initiates things like in a more like passive way, and I feel like maybe because I take it in more of like a passive, like more neutral way, like that's why like you maybe like saw that as like, oh, like maybe I need to like, you know, take it up like a step or something.
Maybe.
Know? So
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
Yeah. Awkward little teens.
Yep. And now we're here.
Yep.
Doing a podcast in our apartment.
It's pretty great.
Running our own media company.
Okay, and we're going to take a quick break. And we're back. And so we're going to start with some rapid fire questions. We're just going to ask you a couple of quick questions. You answer them with whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
So Steph, you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite thing about yourself?
Favorite thing about myself? Okay. Oh, dang it. Okay.
Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head. I love how creative I can be.
Okay.
I think that's a great quality. And from knowing you, I know that's something that you do enjoy about yourself.
That's definitely Pisces South Node, but also Gemini Moon. Because like Gemini, I think is very creative.
Yeah.
but then like Pisces is very artsy and like, you know, like also creative. I feel like the film and like stuff that you have interest in is also like definitely like your artsy side.
Yeah, and that being your passion, and then your Virgo side coming in and being like, I'm going to learn everything about this. I'm going to master it so well that it's a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Do you prefer day or night?
Night.
Okay.
It's like, I feel like I think best at night.
Nocturnal.
Yeah. I like to get a lot of work done at night, which is strange. More
I think for creative people.
work. Yeah. Creative work. I feel like night is where I feel like I can write scripts or like come up with ideas. During the day, it's really hard. And I don't think it's just because like daily life. I think it's just because like, I don't know. The energy is very different.
100%.
Yeah. And I feel like since there's like less time that I'm awake at night, like I feel like it pushes me to like, I don't know, get things done. Like, you know, So, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of puts the pressure on.
I'm definitely a night owl too. Like,
You are.
Yeah. I'd rather sleep in than wake up early.
Yeah, I feel that.
Although I do enjoy mornings. Sorry.
You're fine. You're literally fine. Okay, next question. What is your ideal date?
I think Mila knows this.
Movies.
Yeah, I want to go see a movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Not just because like I really like seeing movies, but I like having something to talk about and like really, and like especially because I do see movies as like art and not just like kind of a very like passive entertainment thing. Like analyzing and like critiquing. There's more of a discussion based.
I feel like that's all your signs coming into play right there.
Really?
Like your sun, your rising, and your moon. Your Virgo likes to like analyze it more.
Yeah, and like kind of
Your
dissect
Gemini
like the
and-
details.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see that. And then like Gemini and Libra just want to talk and like discuss and like have a dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's nice to kind of just like step out for like a second, like and like let something kind of like come to you rather than like, you know, like be social and like go somewhere and like do something like dinner date, movie and a, sorry, what is the phrase?
Dinner and a movie.
Dinner and a
movie.
I'm an idiot. But yeah, dinner and a movie. I think that's like, yeah, that's the best.
Yeah. That's a classic date.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a very classic like guy too, if that makes sense.
Like you like those like very like not cookie cutter, but like very like, well, what's the word?
Okay.
I don't.
In like, okay, so like watching Mad Men, I guess, like the way that, okay.
You see yourself as a 50s
context.
man?
Yes, I think I do because like
minus the racism.
Yes.
minus the racism, minus
sexism.
Sexism, everything
minus
like
all
that.
the phobias, all of the
like
isms.
if they were more inclusive, like if those times were more inclusive, I think they would be like the best times because like it was very set around like family and very set around like being social and like having parties
and like less technology,
more experience based things with like other people.
And you definitely like experiences more than things.
I'm not a very materialistic.
Yeah, you're not materialistic. Okay.
Yeah.
No. We try to live a minimalist lifestyle.
Yeah, like
Except
our apartment
for
is
the,
very like
the hue lights.
yeah, we go a little overboard on that.
As you should.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. We'll do one more question.
Okay.
I have two.
Oh.
I think I want to give you a choice here.
Okay.
Challenge your Libra side.
Oh, I'm a very indecisive person.
That's literally Libra is
Like,
the most
I'm,
indecisive anything ever.
Like anytime someone makes me choose something, I hate it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to choose, and I'm like dreading this right now.
That's so funny to me.
Okay. So you can either tell me what your favorite music genre is, or your favorite TikTok at the moment.
Oh, favorite TikTok?
Jesus.
Favorite music genre?
Yeah.
Dang. That one's hard. Off the top of my head, I don't even know how to explain it. I just want, Frank Ocean is the genre to me.
The taste of it all.
Yeah, because like he's so diverse and like in his
I think he's a
music and,
Scorpio.
like, really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Which explains
yeah.
the sad boy intensity
Yeah,
vibes.
but like I don't know, he's been so like inspirational to me in this strange way because I have no real interest in like pursuing music as a career or like as like a outlet for art, but I don't know, he just has really good imagery in his songs and like they evoke a lot of emotion. And like I've been bringing a lot more emotion into my work recently. Like I've been really wanting to write a few screenplays, and like his music and even one of my video projects, like he really kind of inspired. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
like a
I changed the
legend.
question. So sorry.
It's fine. You gave your own little interpretation.
I can confirm that Frank Ocean is a Scorpio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So as we wrap up the podcast, we can go into your horoscope forecast.
Okay.
We'll just kind of explain over the next couple of weeks what you might expect,
Okay.
what can happen for your sign.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, as the sun is going to be transitioning into Libra within the next day, right? Next day or
Yeah.
two?
Well, because we're on the fall equinox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Starting sunset, it's fall.
Fall
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're definitely going to be feeling maybe a little bit more like Libra vibes soon with kind of being social and kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe a little bit more indecisive.
Okay.
Maybe your personality, like outwardly, might show up a lot more because it's like your rising sign is Libra. So
Yeah, you're
as-
taking on more of your Libra traits.
exactly, like you're gonna be more like outward presenting. And what else is going on? I mean, I know the moon is in Cancer right now, which means it's gonna be in Virgo relatively soon. It was just in Gemini. Darn. Well, I know that pretty much like almost all the planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars were in Virgo a few weeks ago, and I know they're all transitioning into Libra within like a month or so.
Okay.
So you're gonna maybe not feel as grounded and like meticulous and detail oriented as you have the last few weeks, but you'll feel maybe a lot more like open and kind of like go with the flow, Libra, like have fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this past month you've spent time preparing yourself
Yeah.
for the time that's about to come. So you've spent your time doing the work, getting things done.
Yeah.
And then as we enter Libra season, you have time to be more social and kind of get into the fun part of the things that you're pursuing.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think it was either this past weekend or the weekend before, Mercury and Mars, I think, either Mercury and Mars or Mercury and Venus transitioned into Libra from Virgo. And then I think Mars is going to be entering Libra soon. I'm sorry. Yeah. Libra.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
the exact dates, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
either way,
'cause-
it's like a big shift in energy right now.
Okay. Yeah, because it's like we've been doing a lot of like test episode or like test runs. I've been like kind of like testing the waters with like some of my projects and like ideas that I've been kind of like bouncing off with. So yeah, and like with it being more social, like Mila and I are about to go on a big trip. Like we're I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, I think it's going to be positive energy, especially, and it's going to go like more in line with what I'm doing.
100%.
And like I feel like maybe like it's been interesting. Like I feel like I haven't been as social as I've wanted to be, especially with like starting at a new place like of work. And like meeting new people. Like I feel like I haven't really like brought like the most like socialness like that I could. So I think I'm ready to like really lay it on thick.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I had an interview with a newspaper for a video that I did, and like normally I'm like really open and I'm like ready to talk about like the projects that I'm working on or like what I'm passionate about, but for some reason like it just like it was really hard, like, and it was like kind of like I don't know, it was and I feel like part of it was like being away from home and like still like transitioning and stuff. Like it was just hard to really be like open and social about it because I feel like I was kind of more in like my own head and like I was really still like in that like processing period and like, you know, incubation period.
100%.
Yeah, and that's very much what Virgo season is for.
Mhm.
And so it'll be an exciting time to move from that to Libra, where you can enjoy what you've been working so hard
Right.
for.
And like these next couple weeks, we're going to be like putting out a lot more content, like video and audio content. Like we're putting out the podcast, first episode, obviously. So yeah, I'm actually kind of really excited for Libra season.
Yeah, you should be. Me too. Especially because, oh my God, like, I think it was like maybe around a month ago, mid to late August, like 5 planets were in Virgo at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sun.
That was intense.
It was a lot. It was the sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus. And then, I mean, obviously sometime during that month, the moon was in Virgo as well. So
I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure
like,
that's when we were moving.
God, that makes so much
Oh.
sense.
Yeah.
Because like I was pretty like emotional in that period because like not only because I was moving, but like I was also putting together my video and like it's a very emotional like video for me because I'm like saying goodbye to like the place that I've like known for like all my life. And I just like I kept feeling that energy like throughout the entire process of like filming the video and like just thinking about what I wanted in the video. And I think it really like came out in the final product.
That's good. Yeah, but it's like, it's just weird.
But it was
There's-
really intense. Like
Yeah.
it was hard to like get things done and really like have closure because like it's so like in the moment and like it's so like there like
Yeah.
present. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense though. Yeah,
I
there's like
agree.
a lot of like energy that's going to be shifting soon. I mean,
Yeah.
well, not soon, like right now. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
all these planets are about to be in Libra, like the sun. Well, literally like the sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus. The moon will be in maybe like a week or so.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like a big shift in energy.
Right. Yeah. Time for change,
Yeah.
but it'll be good change.
I think so.
Good vibes are coming.
Gotcha. Well,
Great. Well, thank you for being here. Not like you
Yeah.
couldn't evade it or anything.
Birthday boy.
yeah, I'm really excited to like continue this podcast though, and I hope if people are still listening towards the end of this that you're really excited about it too, and like I and like honestly I really do love feedback too, and like even if there's like something like you'd like to critique, like I'd really love it.
Please.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We would love direction.
Because I think this is something like all 3 of us are really passionate about doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like we've had this idea for a while, so it really means a lot to us. So,
100%.
so yeah, thank you. I'm the producer of
As
this
producer.
podcast. As producer, this is coming from not as a guest, but as a producer. Like I really appreciate you listening, and I really hope
You have a good Libra season.
you have a good Libra season.
Yes.
Thank you.
100%.
Okay. Bye.
Adios.